Vikings at Jets, Monday Night Football, and it's the Randy Moss Show. Marco, usually I ask you what should bettors be looking at. I'm going to tell the bettors what they shouldn't be looking at first, which is I don't think they should be looking at the Randy Moss situation too much. One telling point here is once the trade was announced, the line didn't move. It was at 4. Now, the line had already been bet down. It opened up 5.5, and the Sharps bet it down to 4. So the Sharps liked Minnesota above 4. That's clear. But what happened was when Randy Moss was announced, there really was no other line movement. Now, I think you might see some line movement later in the week. We're taping on Wednesday because a lot of the public is going to misperceive Moss's value with such short notice here. And I think it's a situation where if this line goes all the way to 3, you might be looking at some real value on the Jets. So before you jump into your thoughts on the game, do you agree with me on the line side?
I agree, yeah. Whenever I looked at the game and handicapped it, saw the trade, it had no factor for me in my handicap.
But because of you just don't think Randy Moss matters, or because of the short amount of time before the game?
Because of the short amount of time for the game.
But you like Minnesota better as a team for the next 10 plus games than without Moss.
Absolutely.
All right, that's a key point. I do think this though. There are Vikings are off of buying. You're going to talk about that. I think psychologically this team's got to be excited. I mean, there was a point of, hey, we're not winning here. And let's be honest, that Dolphins loss, where Dolphins went into Minnesota and beat them, looks worse now. Now that the Dolphins have lost 2 straight home games that was in the pick'em range, that Dolphins loss doesn't look so good for Minnesota. I really got to think that the key to Moss this week might be the psychology of the team getting excited again.
That's going to be a good point. And the other thing is because Moss is in the final year of a contract, you're going to get a Moss with something to prove. And we saw when he did go to New England, I mean, Moss, let's face it, he's had problems everywhere he's been. He's been a problem child. But when he went to New England, he wasn't until this final year where he didn't get shown any love, as he likes to put it, because they gave Brady a contract extension and didn't offer one to him. So he's going to be highly motivated the rest of the year, and that's good. It gives Favre another weapon. And now you just him on the field opens up the field. You've got 2 wideouts.
Right, but it seems like you're preaching something that says we should be like in Minnesota here.
Down the road.
All right, so let's stick to this game. What's the other factors in this game?
Well, I think you touched about the bye week. Normally a bye week early in the season is not a great benefit because the team's not banged up yet. You need that extra week of rest and that. It's going to be a benefit to the Vikings, and that's because Favre came into camp late. He just started the season rusty. We saw it. He wasn't crisp. I think having that bye week, getting the extra reps, the practice time, you're going to see the best performance of Favre of the season so far. Even though he's going against a first-rate defense in the Jets, you're just going to have that timing down better in Christmas. I like the Vikings in this game. I also think that the Jets are a little bit, I don't know if I want to actually say overrated, but I will say they're definitely at the highest level perception-wise right now.
Let's talk numbers with the Jets. ESPN's poll has them at number 4. Vegas's poll, the odds makers poll, has them at number 10. So Vegas thinks they're overrated. The Vikings are underrated according to Vegas. ESPN has them at 15 as like the middle of the pack. Vegas has them at 4. So literally Vegas thinks Minnesota is the 4th best team. This is before the Moss trade. Mm-hmm. Minnesota, they think, is the 4th best team, and the Jets are the 10th best team. But the line opened up at 5.5 because of public perception, and the Sharps seem to agree with the odds makers, and they bet this game down really fast. So I do think the value is on the Minnesota side, and a lot of that does have to go with the Jets being a little bit overrated. All right.
One of the other reasons that the Jets, I feel, are in the public eye so much is because that's just it. They've been in the public eye. They've been on national TV almost every week. This is their 3rd primetime game. They've had 2 Monday night games and a Sunday night game, and one of their 2 regular games was New England, which was the national 4 o'clock feed.
And the fact that they're winning is what people are seeing. And they didn't look so, it's funny the way that the Jets Nation overreacted to that Baltimore game. They didn't look so bad that first game. I mean, it was a close game clearly. All right, any other factors?
Nope. I have Minnesota actually winning this game outright, 20-17.
All right, so this is your early week. It's Wednesday, your early week projection. And give us that score one more time.
Minnesota 20-17.
All right, now it's your turn to continue the conversation in the comments section with Marco and me. And next week we're going to be back with a whole new slate of the biggest betting games, and we'll be breaking them down for you.